Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sails and Trails. My name's Nick, thanks for joining me on my flipping adventure. Today, we're back up in Pontsticill. We did the Pontsticill reservoir last time round, and again I'm here with Ritchie.
Morning.
He loves a good walk, so do I. But we're going to be doing a bit of a different one this time, so we're not going to be going to the reservoir. We're actually going to be going up almost towards Pen y Fan, but we're going to take a turn on the right and go to a place called, and don't laugh, Fan y Big. Alright. But then we're actually going to do like a snake and sort of winding down, and I brought the drone with me as well, so we should be able to get some good aerial footage, hopefully. The weather has stayed rather clear, hopefully no fog sets in, otherwise we can have a great video. So as you can see, we're making our way through a wooded sort of well-trodden path. I can't remember the name of the path. I'll actually put it down on on the screen below. But this is actually going to be making our way up towards the old abandoned reservoir before we work our way up the mountain. I'll probably get some drone footage out then so you can see the old abandoned sort of works and hopefully get a nice view up on the top. So this is the name of the walk. I'm assuming it's Taf Fechan River Walk. I've probably butchered that. Like I said, I'm not very good at pronouncing Welsh landmarks, places, streets, roads, anything really that's Welsh. But I try my best. But we have to actually go onto a road now and make our way further up. But as you can see, we've had quite a lot of rain over the past few days. So the river's actually slowly starting to fill up. So I'm assuming the reservoir's starting to get more full as well. Maybe see if I can have a little gander at that. But yeah, so we're making our way further up. I think we actually make our way through the gap. So it's like a little gap in between two roads, two mountains. We'll have a look. Seems the wind's picking up. Hopefully I'll still be able to use the drone. So up this trail, you're gonna have sort of undulating, windy sort of little brooks going all the way down. Very nice, very sort of clear water. A lot of sheep on the side of the mountain as per usual, being in Wales. But yeah, we're just having a nice little stroll up. We've done about a mile already so far, but you know, the best comes towards the end, so we'll press on. The wind's starting to come in, the rain's starting to come in a little bit, but it should clear up. So on the last video for Pontsticill reservoir and the mountainside over, we actually walked all the way across that, and then we came down on those steps down there. As you can see, maybe right in the distance there's a couple of people walking up them. But today we're going on this route. It's a bit more wet, it's more well trodden, a lot easier to traverse. Like last time we had the marshy tops. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch my breath. We had the marshy tops which we had to wind in and out of. But the weather last time was probably better. It is picking up a little bit of wind. It's northerly wind today, so it's a bit cold, bit of a chill factor, but it's making its way down through the valley, so it's probably a bit more fierce than it should be. But yeah, we were actually walking down on that road last time, and then obviously coming down from there as well. But our destination is over this way. In the distance over there, covered in the fog, is Pen y Fan. Erosion at work here. You can see the creek going down. Man, you gotta love Wales. This is probably gonna be the way that I would take this walk on future treks, because it's so much easier than going to the other side. But look at that. That's cool though. All the way up, all the way through the valley. Well, it's made valley, but how awesome is that? There's people up on the top already, but we're gonna make our descent down here, so I gotta be a bit more careful. Oh, here's the wind. Here's the wind picking up. So right down there is actually the old reservoir. You can see the actual dam there, and there's like a little tower in the background. I thought it'd be a little bit closer for me to get the drone down there. I don't know if you'll be able to reach. I might pop it out anyway and see how far I can get. But like I said, there's a little house down there, but it's just that river which we had in front of us when we went down last time. There's the staircase which we came down last time down there. But yeah, lovely view. It's beautiful sort of landscape sort of sliding down. I can imagine this, we and Rich were talking in the winter, and this being covered in like frost or snow, and it looks so picturesque. As you can see, the water, it's probably a water source up towards Panavan, working its way down there as well, down the mountain. But what a view, and it's only going to get better. Always watch your footing, you never know where you're going to put your foot into. I didn't, but it's actually trailing down here, so there's a lot of these little gullies. It's actually quite windy today. The drone did struggle on that last sort of view of the old reservoir. You might get a slightly better view from here, but you can see it looked like it must have been like a little island's probably grown in and out where the trees are, but that would fill up there and then feed down the bottom. But it's quite a sizable dam. But yeah, nice little view from here. We're still making our way up. There are a few people on this trail, not crazy amounts, but there's so many going up the other way towards Panavan. I don't understand why they're not going this way. But yeah, spectacular, nice open. Obviously the wind doesn't help, but enjoying it. Panavan is just showing its head on the top there. You can see a couple of people up on the top. There's the ridge going across there, and that's probably where everyone's doing their walk. You can see a couple of people up on the ridge itself. We're not actually going on that one. We're going over here. We thought we were going to be going on this mountain today, but just one final little look down now through the valley there. You got the river going down and the back end of the reservoir dam. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do another walk up here, just going over that dam and just getting the drone out and just showing you how vast that reservoir is. It's not super huge, but I guarantee you that's probably maybe 1 billion litres maybe or something like that. Maybe a little bit less, but a hell of a lot of water will be there, and it's all supplied up from the mountains by there. So the path has literally been like this all the way up, so it's basically like a little stream going down it. But as me and Ritchie have been saying, it's actually been quite good. He's actually got his walking boots on today. But yeah, it's actually been very pleasant. I'm surprised there's not a lot more people. We have bumped into maybe half a dozen people on the walk up, but nothing in comparison to the last video. But we'll keep trekking. I'm hoping that the wind sort of maybe settles down in little places and try and get the drone out. It did struggle on the last one, but I'm sure I'll just give it a whack anyway. So we got a couple of peaks by here. I should say right now, I just found a little bit in my bag, which is meant to be for windproofing the GoPro. I didn't even know that was in there. So all this time you've been having a bit of crappy audio, and it could have been far better. Obviously you still got my voice, that's the problem. But we got a couple of different peaks by here. We're not actually going up those. Our destination's up there, up Fanny Big. I know it's still funny, but try to get your mind out of the gutter. But we're gonna have some spectacular views. Look at this, looking all the way down to the valley. We wonder why we've not come up here before. Jeez, there's gonna be some magical views up on the top. It's actually gorgeous, isn't it? So we're over 900 feet from where we started off. I couldn't do really good audio just over there because the wind was howling. But I've gone over some of the pointers, probably worth some photos, but we're going to make our ascent up there now. I already lost that one piece, which I put on for protection. I'm probably going to have to buy some more off eBay once I've got a lot more stick to it. I'll see you at the top. So this is the sort of terrain we're climbing up. Obviously it's well trodden, but yeah, hopefully we'll reach the summit. Wind slowly going away, then picking up again. Wow. Oh, I do this walk at least a couple of times a week if I could. Just that little push now, get up to the top. So I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do something extremely touristy, and that's go on the board over there, the diving board. Everybody does it, wants a photo. Pretty standard, pretty generic. I'm not normally that type of guy that does it, but by the looks of things, the wind has died off. I am still concerned though that if I get the drone out, it could go down there. And to be honest, it's not really worth going down there to grab it just for a bit of a panoramic when I can do it with the GoPro instead. So sorry about that, guys. It is just a little bit too windy for my liking. In the distance, in the far distance over there, there's Pen y Fan. You can see countless little figures on the top and going across the ridge, going across. That's normally where you would actually go to Pen y Fan, but it's quite easy to go across these to make it as well. But our destination is going to be over that way, and then we're going to make our way probably down over that way, back down on a sort of maybe a snake line going down. So as you can see, this is the other side then. Absolutely gorgeous the views are around here. Like, the wind has died properly down now. As you can see, there's a large group of people wanting to take a photo on the So we're going to take a little bit of refuge in this sort of, by the looks of things, sort of self-made, or I don't know, I'm not actually sure. I'm not very good with when it comes to so what was the stats on that, Rich? We're about halfway through, 3 3/4 miles. Yeah. What's the elevation we've done? 1350, yeah. Another 200 to go, so the highest point is over there for us. I'm pretty sure I can see the true point in the distance, maybe in the distance there's someone walking, but either way we're going to be going across this ridge anyway. But we're going to stop and have some lunch. I got a sandwich. I didn't get a meal deal today, so I'm disappointed in myself, but Ritchie did. Look at this madman running across the tops. But yeah, definitely going to be coming back up here for another walk. I'm going to show you that. There's been worse places I've had a lunch. What do you think of that little place to stop in, Rich? Lovely. But we're going to make our way across now this ridge. The rain is starting to come in now, so it did forecast it for about 2 o'clock, but it's not even remotely near 2 o'clock. But no, refueled, ready to go. I'm feeling strong. Got a cup of tea. I'm a bit jealous I didn't bring a thermos. That's one thing I think I need to include in these walks now, is a thermos. I might need to let the old energy drinks go, or the anti-freeze as you call it, and yeah, get something warm in me, because the old finger's a little chilly. But let's continue on and enjoy the rest of this walk. Like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this walk as well, and hopefully you think about doing it as well, because it is a lovely view from up here. Richie just pointed out then, we're right above the rain clouds, and the rain's actually coming up the valley. we can feel it on our on the back of my neck, and you can see it actually drifting over there. You can see it skimming over the ridge actually. See where it's just, the lines are coming in. It's surprising how windy it is just down on that little saddle, but yeah, we're quite comfortable up here. The wind has calmed right down, and yeah, just enjoying what remainder of the walk we have up on the top before we make our descent. Put this in perspective, me and Ritchie walked across the top of that last time and it was really marshy, and we were much higher up than we was before, but it was quite a rushed plan of a route. But just going down there, right on that sort of tree line, is where we actually come down last time. As you can see, you've got just down below, that's where the reservoir would have been. You can see the dam going across there. We didn't realise how close we actually was to Pen y Fan. It's madness. Like, just a little bit of research would have probably been like a bit more informative of where we were going, but at the end of the day, doing those surprise little walks and not knowing what's going to happen, not where we're going exactly, makes it a little bit even more fun, a little bit more fun. But yeah, rain started to come in now. I actually think we are going across there. We wasn't 100% sure if we was going to be going up that ridge, but it looks like we are. So just on top of this ridge, we've actually got quite a few deposits of cut rock by the looks of things. And it looks like they've sort of done these sort of maybe protective sort of havens and such from the wind and the elements. But yeah, as like I said, we're making our way up there. I have thoroughly enjoyed this walk. It's not often I'm able to get out and get onto these walks. I'm kind of pushing the sails as much as possible. Like I said before, I'm going to try and get a couple of trips away next year. So there's some plans underway with Aaron on where we're going to go somewhere abroad. Maybe get a couple of videos out for that. Maybe start the abroad videos there. Try and get Fiona abroad as well. So we're going to try and take her to Spain or something like that. Not fully decided on that yet, because we'd rather do another trip away to North Wales or maybe West Wales, around that area. Still in early days and early process of planning those, but just to get the feelers out again, how she's going to react, and yeah, just pushing forward then, getting her out onto more adventures. But back onto these sort of paths now. We'll make our way up to the tallest, well, highest point. I think we've got another 200 feet to go, and just take another view of some of this breathtaking scenery. I get this feeling of being in the Lord of the Rings here. You know what it is? It's like these rocky outcrops here just reminds me of some of the scenes. The topography of Wales and New Zealand is fairly similar. I wouldn't say it's 100% similar. I've not been to New Zealand myself. When you're looking at those sort of videos, the films, it gets the same sort of feeling. But the views are just fantastic. It's miles and miles and miles down that way. But that was Fanny Big over there where we went to the diving board. That's Cribbin. There was one next to it, and then you got Pen y Fan in the distance. You got some nice sort of outcrops over there as well. You got some nice views going over further across, looking deeper into Wales. But we're going to carry on now on the walk, make our descent, and hopefully have some nice views on the way down. I can't stress how much I love Wales and its scenery. You could just spend hours and hours and hours walking these mountains and you won't get bored. So for the descent, we start on like what we had before, like a marshy sort of plain, like we had on the other mountain actually, to be honest. But in the distance, I don't know if you can see it right in the distance over there, that's actually the Pontsticill reservoir. Like I said, there's two reservoirs there really, they do join up in the middle. But you've seen that in the last video. I don't think we'll be going quite so near that. We're actually going to pop down where the train station was. So if we're lucky, and like last time, we might actually see the train. But it's slim chance of that. You never know, but always a chance. But we're going to make our way across here now, and hopefully, I think it's meant to be a rather steep decline, so we'll pick up from there. Timing is something, well, everything really when it comes to walking. I just took a look back then. We can't really see them now, but all the peaks are starting to get a bit of sun on them. Obviously the wind hasn't gone away, but yeah, it's all the difference. Like, it was raining over there when we were over there, and now it's nice and clear. This is very much looking like a Rohan territory of the Lord of the Rings, and I'm loving it. These are dangerous, mate. Whew. And just like that, we hit another gorgeous valley. So we was meant to just go over there. The path is actually just down there, but for some reason me and Ritchie like to walk in all of the marshy land. Let's have a little look down here before we go across this ridge, and then it's going to be a massive steep decline down. But overall, got to be around about the 5 miles now, is it? Well, over 5 miles. But we've actually smashed this walk. It's been absolutely fantastic. But here's the path. Have a look down in there. Just never ending. Just never ending, these walks, these looks down onto there. I can't fathom why people wouldn't want to walk on this side of the mountain. Like, we've seen maybe 2 or 3, but everybody wants to be on Penavine, be at that trig point, get that photo. We just don't get it. You're looking over there and you can see miles and miles and miles ahead. You're probably looking over in the distance to Abergavenny and even further probably. But there's some gorgeous views up here. So we're starting to make our decline now. It actually does quite a steep drop off, as you can see. I think this going straight down there, back onto this road down there, and right at the bottom is the train station. But yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic walk up on this mountain. So it's always well worth taking a little bit of time out, getting some decent shoes or whatnot, and just enjoying what we have on our doorstep. And even if you're not from Wales, it's worth taking a visit to this beautiful country. I will always say Wales is fantastic. But as you can see, we've got some people here now. We're going to start making our way down past all these guys and start trekking back towards the calf. Just enjoying this little windy path down now. The wind is heavily reduced down here compared to up on the top, so happy days. The audio is a little bit better now, so I do apologize throughout this video for poor audio. I do need to get some better sound equipment and protectors really for you guys, but little ponies. But we'll keep going down. It's just a bit hard on the knees, so you probably won't see much of this. So that was literally how quick we came down, probably 400-500 feet easy. It was really bad on the old knees, and back to the calves as well. I've said before in other videos, I got a bit of a dodgy knee, so I have to take it quite careful when it comes to on declines really. So those sort of ones quite affect me quite badly. But I'm glad we're actually making our way down into the valley now. My legs are starting to get a bit tired, but that was a fantastic walk. So I was mentioning when we were doing our route that there was small little waterfalls on the end of this trail, and I think we've actually found one by here. See if we can get a little view of it. Yeah. So all this water is meandering down from where we were literally about 20-30 minutes ago. Coming down by here. That's only probably, well, maybe a 30-footer. Oh, it's got another story down below, so probably a little bit more like 40, 50 foot drop, but it's a nice way to finish a nice hill walk. I say hill, I don't know if we can really can we call it mountain walk? Yeah, I say mountain, yeah. I don't know where it defines from a hill to a mountain, what sort of footage and height you need to have, but yeah, we're basically almost at the base now. Oh, just taking in the last half mile of pretty scenery before getting back on a road. And there we go, just another pretty little waterfall as we make our descent down. Oh, sun's out now, starting to get warm, but just in case I'll keep my my layers on, but it's pretty around here. You can see how orange the water is. Normally people say there's like iron deposits and whatnot, but it's actually to do with the leaves and decay from multiple matter, really, which forms this sort of like orangey sort of colour, this tannin in the water. It's still, if you boil it up, it's still safe to drink, but it has like a bitter sort of taste to it. But yeah, just a little bit of knowledge when it comes to that. I actually learned that from Outdoor Boys. Mentions it on some of his videos when it comes to tannin. But this is a beautiful end to a walk. I'm not going to lie, if we did this in reverse, Ritchie was saying, if we did this in reverse, that would have been a beast of a climb to begin with. And that's usually what we do. We normally have a really strong walk to begin with, and then it sort of plateaus. Another waterfall by here. But we actually took an easier route today. Hopefully we can see the waterfall from down the bottom, but there. Just a little view of a little small part of the waterfalls. There's a bigger part just up on the top, but it looks like it's going to be a hard clamber around. But we'll just have to settle for that. Unfortunately, my legs are shaky. It's been a long walk, and now we're going to make our way back to the car. I said that, and these little paths are actually scattered with waterfalls, so let's have a gander on this one. I would go right to the bottom, but I don't actually think it's necessary. How cool is that? After a long walk, beautiful. Just this way down, probably another one or two in those lines down there in the trees. After that long walk, I'm extremely happy, very tired, but what a day out, what a day out. Hopefully do it again. So on our last video we came out of here actually, just for there, and then we walked up around the back up there, but there's the train station which I was showing you in our last video. Unfortunately no train, so we're probably missing it again, but I think we're coming up, we probably won't come back down this way because I think we're going to go up to Cribbin and Penavant on another walk, but I think that's actually going to be the end of the video. It's been a fantastic walk, 7.5 miles done, enjoyed. Well, I don't think there was actually a point in all of that we didn't enjoy. There's very few, maybe 100 meters here and there where it was a bit dull, you know, walking through some marshland, but overall, out of 10, Ritchie, what would you find our walk?
Oh, a good 7.
A good 7. I'd probably
9.
The 9, yeah. I'd probably put mine at about 8.5. I think it'd be way better on like a super clear day. It's gone really clear now, which is unfortunate, but it would have been way touristy up there now around this time. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you could hit a like, sub, comment on if you enjoyed the video or not, or where you think I should improve the videos. Like, unfortunately I wasn't able to get the drone out up on the top of the mountain, but again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Click the notification bell or subscribe to keep up with new videos every week. We have more videos just like this one on the Trails and Talking playlist. Link will be in the description below.
Or if you're interested in how I fund the channel, check out the sales and flipping videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.